Yeah, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to everyone. Uh, uh, my name is Usman Jallo again. As we promise every weekend, we'll be coming here to talk about disability issues in the Gambia. Is anyone hearing me? Please, if you are hearing me, just send me a text or just comment and say yes. Today we have two people, all of them, they have disabilities. One of them, is in Pakistan at the moment, and the other one is in German. So all those people today, will be talking about disabilities in the Gambia. They will also be talking about their experience, as a disabled person, both in the Gambia, and in Europe. So while I wait for them to come, anybody who would like to support or participate, into this platform, you are highly welcome. The purpose of this platform is just for advocacy. We are here to advocate. Being a physically disabled person confined in a wheelchair, I feel that, it's high time, we come here and then we start talking about our issues, because we know the challenges that we are facing. So that's why, we are here every weekend. We'll be coming here. Hello, our. Hello, it's adding you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Yeah, our nangade.
Jama rek sant yàlla.
Yang ma dega buba.
Man laa dégg.
Okay, okay. That's very good. Mananga after internet bini easy with, So
I know.
man then try the dugadi, the dugadi gena.
I know.
Yeah, so yeah, naka fofu na Germany.
Sant yàlla ñu ci jàmm. Xanaa fi la rek. Sant yàlla.
Yeah, that's very good, That's very good,
Yeah.
Huh?
Manaka, and you?
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. I've been very busy this morning. I was doing some cleaning, and from there, I went to the market and I came. So Alhamdulillah.
Right.
Yes. So how is the weather there?
You know the autumn weather. It's slowly getting cold here.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing here. It's a little bit sunny, but it's very cold.
It is. It's the season for that.
Yes, yeah. Adam Wiles, we wait for Mr. Ansumana Sano, because he did say that, because he's in Pakistan, and there are 5 hours different, from the Gambia.
Indeed, yeah.
So yeah, he said at this time they normally have around 8 o'clock. They'll have in their dinner, and then I think he'll be free at that time after dinner.
Sure. Yeah. Understandable.
Yes. Comme li ma wax fii Adama, xam nga tey moom dañ ko jahas xama bahas. We're gonna speak both in English and we're gonna speak in in Wolof.
Right.
Because it is always good, to speak into our local languages. As you know, most of our parents,
Yeah.
and brothers, also they cannot speak English.
Right.
Yes, yeah. Welcome, Bayaya. Welcome, Bayaya. He's always also following us. Bayaya. He's been, since we started this thing, he's always, watching. Yeah. So just guys, what I was saying is that, oh, hello, Awa, you must have dropped. Can you send me your request again? I don't know whether it's the internet. Yes, he must have gone, she must have dropped off. Yeah, guys, what I was saying is that we are back on this weekend again, and the platform is to talk about disabilities, their issues in the Gambia, and their families, because it's not only the disabled people who are facing the challenges, their families also, our friends, our families, our brothers, everybody, do also face, the challenges, that we are facing. Because when we are not happy, our families or our friends, or our neighbors are not happy. And that's why we deemed to come here to start talking about the issues and see Okay, I will let me add you again. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Welcome back.
Sorry, I think that was the best. I was actually disconnected, but now I'm in. Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. These things do happen, Yeah. So yeah. So our comme li ma doon wax fii nii rek yow tey dañ bugg a dégg lan moo kan moo nekk Awa and at the same time Awa fan la jógee Awa fan la dëkka ak Awa fu mu dëkkoon ak léegi fu mu dëkka bi lan moo nekk difference yi Awa ban support la day am and Awa lan moo nekk liggéeyam so generally, as a start, I just want you to talk about yourself, talk about, some of your achievement, as a physically disabled person.
Right, right. Thank you so much for inviting me today. My name is Adamahawa Kamara. I was born raised in Gambia until the age of 16. So at the age of 16, I migrated and come to Germany. So since 2011, I've been based in Germany. Yeah, growing up, I was born with a condition called pocomelia. It's a condition that actually causes the lower like any of the extremity, could be your lower or your upper extremity. It actually causes them not to fully develop, which means that it's what is supposed to develop as a leg at some point is not developed as a yeah as an embryo. You can say that. So I grew up in an extended family that is full with all like uncles, aunts, grandma, and grandparents. I was never discriminated for being different. I was really supported, being guided, and given safe space to express how I feel. And they also support me in all what I do, really, in terms of my education, in terms of my whatever I want to do, and they always support me. So one of the challenges that I was facing, which I mean, we can all relate to that as a person with disability, but especially a physical challenged person, is you get bullied. I was never walk. I don't have legs, so what I do, I walk on my knees. So whenever I'm walking, you see, women, children will start run away from me because of the condition. You see kids imitating me how I walk. So these are the things that make me feel so uncomfortable. So in school, I was almost bullied. So I was called names that defined my disability. So it was not easy growing up as a child, and understanding it was not easy for me. Why I've been discriminated or called names that define my disability. So moving forward, I attended school I went to St. Charles my first years, like from grade 1 to 6. I attended St. Charles. When I live in Nasabi, so the school was in Pakistan. And I attended my Form 1. I did Form 1 at the age of 13. I went to JCI, which was in Banjul, which is actually in Banjul. So because growing up, I hardly traveled a lot. So this was my first time actually going to not actually like taking the vehicle to go to school. Before I used to be wheeled by my cousins because we all had the same school when we were actually going to primary school. So things changed when I started going to Form 1, when I started going to Banjul to attend a school. So I was discriminated. My cousin and I will really wait for cars for 3 hours. So we will actually get out around 6 and we reach school around 9. So drivers will see me seated in a wheelchair and then they will say, what of affairs or there's no space. So that will actually, so the cars that we could wait we are the jealous, like where I could actually take my, where the wheelchair could be loaded up. So this was the thing that actually frustrated me a lot as a student and growing up in Gambia. So because of that, I decided to stop using my wheelchair because I coped by walking on my knees. So I decided to say, you know what, as far as I can walk on my knees, I think you to not use the wheelchair is the best because I want to go to school, I want to study, I want to be different. So obviously I want to be part of the society. So it was the reason why I stopped using a wheelchair. So I use my knees to go to school every day.
Okay, yes,
And,
Adam, Adam, I know that you are so passionate, to talk about, there are a lot of things, I know you got to talk, yeah. I'm not just
so,
stopping, we're just gonna break it, a little bit, yeah, and then recap, from what you have said, because I myself, as I said, I'm a physically disabled person, which I normally say I'm a proud wheelchair user. I don't care,
or,
however you look at me or
right,
whatever. But like your journey is so touching. You understand that? Because this journey is related, to my journey as a disabled person. I know from where we come from. We know that, people, our family doesn't discriminate, but we normally get the discrimination outside. You
yeah,
understand? And
right.
that is very sad. And that is the purpose of this platform. We are here to express ourselves. Because remember, first of all, I am so happy and proud that, like you are coming. Because 10 years ago, I, Usman Diallo, will never come and sit and start telling people I'm a disabled person, blah, blah, this and that. So it is very, very important for us to come out because there is nothing for us to hide or to be shy because our disability is visual. People know that. When anybody see me, they know that I'm sitting on a wheelchair. They know that, I cannot walk. So moreover, the same thing. But there are other people, who doesn't know that because they're not facially with you, they're not living with you. So it is very, very important for us to come and narrate. And it's very, very difficult for somebody, to be coming here, sitting, especially on this media, to be talking about your disability. Yes, coming to, what we have said. You've said, you've mentioned, how you started going to school, how difficult it was. And, especially when you come on the side of, the transportation. Whenever somebody talk about that, for me, it just make me would like to cry because I know
Because you can relate to that. I mean,
it
we
is,
went through that all the time.
it is because I know even 3 years ago, I went to the Gambia. And I was at, Westfield for almost closer to an hour. Every time these drivers come, in fact, I had one apprentice saying that, oh, if we stop, he's going to waste our time. I was
That's
so
it.
angry. I
Right.
was so angry that day. I said that we are in this 24th century. Still now, people in the Gambia are acting in that way, which is
Yeah,
very, very sad. And
indeed.
these are some of the things that we want to speak out. We want to speak out. Hopefully, one day, the politician or people in the Gambia will hear what we are saying and then they will come, to our rescue. But it's really, not fair, for you, for wanting to go. Imagine, you leave since in the morning and you get home 9 o'clock because during rush hour it's always difficult. They don't even look at
Always.
you.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes, yes, and and it's great. You are here. You are mentioning some of these things because somebody will hear it, and when they hear it, hopefully they will act on it. Because lots of people are doing this discrimination is because they are ignorant in the sense they don't know. But
They're not aware, exactly, yeah.
that is the thing. And that's why we are here. That's why today you come on this platform, just to express your view, to express some of your feeling, some of the things which that, people used to do to you, which you've seen that now, where you are at the moment, you are not facing those challenges. So it is very, very important, and how you manage to go to school, we all know is very difficult
It is.
in Africa to go to school, especially
Right,
when you are a disabled child because
right.
the stigma is so high, sometimes even as a parent, people discourage you. They say that, oh, he's disabled, don't take him to school. We've seen all
Yeah.
that, we had all those things. So for you to, to pave the way to work so hard with all these challenges, you go in trying to look for vehicle, people are looking at you. And that's one of the worst thing, like for me, in Europe here, I can crawl. None of my people here will look at me. I could remember one of my mom here, when I was crawling. So whenever I'm crawling, if somebody is behind me, I normally, sit. But you
Mm.
know what? But you know what she told me? She told me, Usman, look, we are not, looking at you because of how you are moving or whatsoever. Whichever suits you, whichever is okay for you, do that. Since that day, I'm more comfortable in the house. I can crawl, I can do whatever, in the house. I don't feel that. But in the Gambia, if I go to the Gambia, I cannot do that.
No,
But
you can't.
yeah, yeah. If I start to crawl outside, everybody will stop what they are doing. They start looking at me. and that is that's very, very bad. Yeah. So yes, you went to school, then you had some of those challenges, as you say, your families, were very supportive. Likewise, me and friends. But outside, the discrimination is still there. But with all that, you work so hard, you went to school. Now, after finishing your school, now, was there any opportunity, like for you getting a job, or was there any opportunity like people were so supportive, the environment? Because before we go to Germany, some of the things that I want us, to be focused more about Gambia. Because remember, what we're talking about here, we are having it in Europe, but we are not having it in the Gambia. And it's not fair because, like for me, you and I, we got the opportunity to come to Europe. But how many disabled people who got that, in the Gambia? Not everybody got that chance. So we are here talking so that those people also, they have equality. They have, the support that we are getting here. Now, when you finish school, what are some of the challenges, some of the frustration, you were getting? Because we all know that as a disabled person, getting a job is very, very, very difficult.
I know. Luckily for me, I didn't even finish school in Ghana. My parents were already in Germany, so I was supposed to come for vacation, and I ended up in Germany. So I will say I'm lucky, to be honest, at that aspect. I didn't finish my school in Ghana. So I completed my school in Germany. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, because can you relate some of the, like going to school in the Gambia and going to school, in Germany? Can you relate it? Because we want people to know. Tell people. Yeah.
There is so much difference really going to school in Gambia versus going to school in Germany here. Here you get supported, and in a case that I don't have to struggle for cars, the car instead will come to me and pick me up and bring me back home. So it was the same routine. So I didn't have to struggle on my school days in Germany here. So it's a huge difference compared to the Gambia.
Oh, you see, that's brilliant. It's the same thing. Every morning when I wake up, the taxi comes, and just takes me to work. I'm paying nothing, the government is paying for that. Yeah, and the amount of money that is a lot, So why is it that the Gambian people, they cannot do that for us? Because there are a lot of things, even if they get, like some of these minivan or whatsoever, they know a disabled child is at this particular Johnson or whatsoever. That child could be picked. But in fact, we're talking about transporters. If you go to the schools, how about the schools? When you were going to schools, most of the classrooms, they were not accessible. As I did say, when I was going to school, I could remember, one of my year 4, I always repeat about this thing. I don't have a wheelchair. I used to use a donkey. So when the donkey comes up to the veranda, then I have to get up. But even the veranda, I have to climb up. And from the veranda also, you have to climb up to the door of the classroom. So these are some of the issues, that we are facing. Yeah, it looks like Adama has gone. Welcome, Jongo Fatima. Thank you so much, right? Jongoma Fatu. Thank you so much. You've been so supportive. Thank you so much. You said that I'm so proud of you both. Thank you. We are proud of you. We are here to listen, to understand. Do not ever stop speaking, because this is how we change the mindset. If you are watching with me, please, share this live. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely, we are here to speak, because if we don't speak, people will not understand, what is in our mind. And that is very, very important. Welcome, Sana Diba. Thank you so much for watching. Dauda Jallo also, Dauda also is a physically disabled person, currently in Birkama, Sateba. Welcome, Dauda. Okay, let me bring Adama. I think, yeah. Oh, Adama, you've gone again, yeah. Oh, it look like he's gone again. I don't know. Sumamboki Gambian come London Wafini Monica disabled people soon Oh, it has declined. Yeah, so ñun disabled people luñ dee face si Gambia moo nekk coono buñ dee daj si Gambia. Tey maa ngi am benn jigéen mu ngi jógee mu ngi live in Germany mu ngi dëkk Germany sorry ma ne baal leen ma olof bi ak soose yëpp ko so mu ngi dëkk Germany ñu ngi ko wax Adama Awa Kamara moom itam dafa am disability mu ngi def dee toog si wheelchair comme man Ousmane Diallo li ma dee toog si wheelchair so tey moom leen am fii nii pour mu waxal ñu ban jafe-jafe la am time bu nekkoon Gambia ak bu mu nekk fii nii si jamono léegi nii boy lan moo nekk différence ni so waaye ñu ngi doon wax rek waaye xam naa moom internet am bi nii welcome Adama.
Sorry once again.
No, it's alright Adama comme li ma doon wax si olof nii boy moo nekk tey dañ la indi fii nii pour ñun yëpp ñu mun a wax lan moo nekk suñ xol bi nii understand yeah maa ngi dégg gis fa very nice comment suñ benn sister jongoma Fatuma mu ne we have to speak because suñu waxee rek suñu waxul rek xam nga suñu waxul lan moo nekk suñ xol bi nii rek xam nga nit yi duñ ko xam understand yeah so loolu la so da ngaa gis man tey maa ngi kontaan si naka moo nekk pour nga mën a am confidence ba toog fii di wax fii nii man munuma dox man nii ak nale xam nga loolu dafa ëpp important because not everybody moo ko mun a def man suma boppa sax 5-10 years ago du ma doon toog fii nii or du ma doon even call nit sax di ko wax ko boy man munuma dox or maa ngi toog si pusu always dama dee ruus waaye maa ngi laa jërëjëf you understand pour ñëw fii nii comme Adama liñ doon wax fii nii last time ñu doon wax xam nga naka nga jàngee Gambia ak ban jafe-jafe nga doon am foofu noonu den ñu jógee foofu noonu ma laajte la ndax da nga jeexal sa school bi si Gambia nga ne déedéet jeexal loo ko da nga ñëw Germany ma laajte la lan moo nekk différence jàng si Gambia ak jàng si fale Germany nga ne ma boobu difference bi dafa is too wide understand nga boobu difference boobu wide is more like bi nga nekk Gambia nii way xam nga coono bu nga doon daj noonu Germany amuloo coono boobu noonu because Germany da ngaa ngi wax fii nii moto bi def dee ñëw ba sa kër mu pick la comme man itam di tey suba nii su ma bëggee dem liggéey nii moto bi def dee ñëw fii nii pick ma te fayuma si benn budu because nguur moo ko def toppatoo so yaa ngi understand yaa ngi war na even soo bëggee dem yaa ngi jonga Gambia sa classroom bi sax da nga dee mun a dugga foofu noonu amuloo benn texe amuloo benn problème amuloo benn jafe-jafe waaye Gambia bu nga xam ne classroom bi sax xam nga koregoñ because ñu dee jëfat even ñu dee nekk fii suñ head teachers or whatsoever because duñ dee xalaat loolu because understand so lii moo nekk problème bi loolu moo tax ñun ñu ñëw fii nii ñu wax moo xam ne ñu waxal nit yi ñun suñ waxee nii waxuñ fii nii xam nga pour forcer anybody waaye dañu wax pour ñu waxal nit yi hopefully keneen def ko dégga su ko déggee moom itam suy def dara o dafa wande mu xalaat lii moom kii moom tey xam nga kii mënut a dox waaye kii nii leen ko war a defal because I could remember just recently suma benn uncle mu ngi ma wax fii nii mu ne there is a disabled child bu nekk si school bi nii is more like xam nga teachers yi are not ready to help especially teacher boobu noonu so understand bés bu ma ko waxee sax tuuti ma jooy sax because dama xam ne waaye xam nga xale boobu noonu doomi Adama la understand nga xale boobu suñ ko supporté yow teacher bi di wee yaa ngi war a nekk teacher boy ba nga pare boy nga mun a jàngale xale boobu itam dafa am time dafa am lifin dafa am njëriñ mu mun a toppatoo boppam kon Adama léegi ne xarama bàyyi la xam naa olof bi nii booy mooy loolu léegi dama bëgg nga tënkal li ñu wax fii nii nga wax ko si olof tuuti nii suñ mbokki olof yi ñoom itam ñu mun a xam naka la.
Small of you know what disability in Gambia, like everything you don't go through in Gambia. Usman, like so you see the body neck to function the way common neck to function be Europe. That's what because Europe if school board is I'm not social worker. You know, the Gambia no learning schools are social work because social workers you have social what are the needs of the people. So you so I'm social work connected to school. The teachers they have to do their job even though you work social and welfare and okay I'm not going to wheelchair. So we need to support her. Oh yeah. So so man growing up Germany to school fee, social workers they need everywhere. Everywhere there are social workers. I don't have a problem with anything. I'm not social worker, but I'm a displaced loan. My promise is it doesn't matter wherever you have a problem. I'm not going to talk about you make sure you have your needs and your needs actually are met. So look, Gambia.
Yeah, while Lolo Adama, lan moko def because so gisee bu xam nga German yaa ngi am social worker is the policies is loi bi la so because ñu fa nekk na because yow sa social worker boobu noonu soo gisee mu ngi def liggéey bi because government bi moo ko lifin understand because government ñoo isi policy yooyu noonu so ñun nag policy yooyu la leen laak foofu because right now ko lu ñu wax fii nii the Person with Disability Act 2021 bu ñu sign ni boobu moo war na isi policy ni so readee boobu noonu mu ngi wax loolu all those kind of stuff di ko mu ngi ko wax mu ne ko disabled person dafa war a am access dafa war a am health care dafa war a am social support waaye ñun gisuñ loolu.
No, because it's not been ratified. They could draft why you could support that's to understand it, no understand it. They could draft, yes, but you support Gambian. It's not in the Gambian courts, it's not yet. It's just been ratified. Because of what they are still processing this law, and then people are not even taking it serious. Even though you see they keep coming, you're gonna have a problem. Mine read last survey about people with disability between 1998. So right now, people don't know how many person with disability. So those are the rules. I mean, since 1998, a survey is not been conducted, which is actually done here. So all over the world. It means that the government they don't even care about that.
Very good. Very good. Yes, xam nga loolu dafa doy waar because man sax laajte naa ko fi laajte naa ko even last time 2 weeks ago laajte naa ko Ansumana Sano how many people with disability do we have in the Gambia mu ne ma the same thing loolu la wax ñun fii nii
since 1998 survey was not conducted. I mean, between 1990 and now we are now in 2025, approaching 2026. So who knows how many percent? Because these statistics are they are very important. Because with this statistic you can understand and say, okay, Nyata, you only need wheelchair, then government will not donate. It should not be there. You look at online, the one okay, you only need wheelchair, you donate. It should not be that way. Compared to Germany, like from all the developed countries actually. So it's actually a very sad thing how things are going in Gambia when it comes to persons with disability.
Yes, Lord, guys. Everybody is welcome. As we always say, this platform is for everybody. It's for people with disability. It's for people, who doesn't have disability. Everybody, you are highly welcome to come and contribute. As we are talking about, some of the issues in the Gambia, Awa is talking about something which is very important because policies are very, very important. If you have policies, you don't implement them, then that is zero.
It's zero. It doesn't make sense. It's just like writing black and white, hoping anyone, okay, this is it. But I need to implement it. Then what's the point of actually drafting laws? If I mean, you need to put draft law. They spend their hours. We spend hours. We spend how many months trying to draft laws, and again, that's all for zero.
Good. Yes. So, Adama, with what you're talking about here, what appeal can you put, outside there, to the politician and the Gambia government, because maybe, if you speak, maybe, President Barrow, everybody will hear you, the politician, and, they might ask, what appeal, can you put out there, to the government or the politician or everybody in the Gambia?
Well, one thing that I want to appeal is that first, before we know it, it's not always statistics, like I told you, last survey that was made, that was conducted was 1998, and now we have to start to know how many persons, how many percentage of persons with disability are living in Gambia. So government has to start from there, try to know, and from then implement the disability bill. Implement it, made it known to the public, make it known that, okay, these are the rights and we have to listen. We have to actually know and implement it in our society. And through that, that will be changed. And from there, this whole wheelchair is how people, there are so many, not only wheelchairs, but also those who are, whom you know, they're actually visually impaired. They need their walking sticks, you know. And those who you know, they actually they have condition of to not hear. They also need their listening device, really. So to know that, really, it has to start from there. This is number one: implement the laws and make plans on how to help all the persons with disability whom you know are need of equipment. It could be wheelchair, walking stick, and all the needs that they need to be provided for them. And through that, it's actually everything begins from that. And from there, try to help them make as much as we can accessible for all of them, in like for people with disability. You know, let the wheelchair user make it friendly for him. And in public buildings, you don't wanna actually build a public building and a public building and all. It doesn't make sense to me. So you cannot, and then there should be laws on how, if you know that there are public buildings, to them, there should be laws on how to build them. There should be laws on how to build them, and everyone should have access. Public building, and then segregate because someone who is actually sitting on a wheelchair cannot have access to that building because of that, because of Ekas building. So obviously, you are actually contradicting. So you have to make public buildings much friendly, more accessible for all persons with disability.
Good. Well, that's brilliant, you know. Comme li nga wax fii nii yëpp loolu la léegi nii li nga wax fii nii dama bëgg nga tënk ko si olof because xam nga comme li ma la wax ñun mag suñ yaay yu bari ak suñ papa yu bari xam nga demuñ school understand so therefore over important xam nga pour message bi mu dugga because xam nga we talking about policies and policies are very important and who are the people, you know, who are supposed to do this policy and implement it. Moneka, you know, the government, you know, and the politician, you know, and the society. And I think those are definitely important. So demo buga nga work load nga summarize go in all of, then after, you know, we forge ahead.
Yeah, sure. Come on, one right. Then what luwa yo hamantene when sumbiru taba you def ko in a way ne ko xamantene mu ngi lo xamantene it's a public building bo xamantene ne ñepp ñoo wara am access to building bobu nonu kuy mëna tok ci kuy ko xamantene mu ngi dafa visual impaired mun na am the same access to building bobu nonu so lolu in order for us to actually achieve that dafa wara am luwa yo xamantene ñoo ko support and firstly, then what I'm statistics Hamantene, then what I have that your Hamantene, there are people with disability, no Gambia. Through that, then you have okay, this is a percentage, and from there, you muna them so they can call it Hamantene music so they can call you wanna I'm on post, I'm on all this equipment, so I'm load like I need to move from A to B. So from there, government actually make sure okay, every once in a year, you donate amount of wheelchair, you have need wheelchair. Because do online all the time, actually. So keep a lua the family because lua implements is to be some bill contact some bill. So that is a loan, yeah.
Yes, Lolo, you know, wow, Lolo is somebody, but we definitely buy, you know, I'm a come malawal because you need you bari you take a phone hanga, put the English be, then you there sign a carte or you there participate, you know, in nation building most of the time elderly, so yeah, actually, papa, you have never known, hanga, I'm not in jungle. Yes, coming out of living now. Well, like Haral oh, drop now, okay. Yes, welcome, you know, Pasi. Yeah, Pasi Ibrahim Njai of Veligara, Ibrahim Njai, man of mom, you don't talk the Bena Jota in on time, but on Maneka Gambia, you know, he's also a physically disabled person. Pasi, I know that one day then I'll finish Pasi, you know, where you know you talk about your life history. I'm gonna what some of changes you know I'm never monyo say at Nabini. Welcome also Keba Lam. You know, we thank you all, you know, for watching. Algali Justice, you know, and Ali Kebe also is watching. We also thank, you know, Muhammad Sao, Lamin Sisao, Kogo, Suma Kotola, you know, Nekon, you know, for the Amitage, you know, mom, anytime you near feed, mom, the day near fini. Yeah, Bach Samba also is a visually impaired person, he's currently running a foundation. Mom also is fighting for the rights of people with disability in the Gambia. Mu ngi am project yu bari ñu nga xam ne woy, they are implemented. If you go to their website, definitely da nga gis yu bari ñu nga xam ne moom itam mu ngi ko def. Yéen yëpp maa ngi leen gërëm, di leen lifin boy, thanks so much that xam nga definitely boy ñun fii nii dañ ñëw fii pour wax xam nga suñ lan moo nekk suñ xol bi ni as a disabled person te xam naa gaay mu ne he who feels it knows it. Xam nga ñun man as a wheelchair user, dama de overemphasize, and I'm very, very happy, we're very vocal, to come here and start talking about, that my disability, I am a physically disabled person and I'm a wheelchair user. Because for me, my motto is that, whatever you do, I will be able to do it and I will get a pass there. I might not get 100%, but at least I will be above average. That is my motto. And I want every person with disability, to think in that way. Because once you are thinking in that way, you are building your confidence. Because it's all about confidence. Once you are confident, you become independent. Because independence is very, very important. Mane, bala kenen ki mu rescue la. It's always good, nga rescue sa bopa. Because su nekkee boy tey whatever difficulties bu ngeen ñëw fii nii bul xaar anybody. If you can do it, try nga def ko nga rescue sa bopa. Because kooku noonu soo buggee xaaree ne balaa mu ñëw mun naam xam nga way it's going to be very, very difficult for you, or mun nga am ci accident or whatsoever. So comme li ma leen wax fii nii Gambia ni ñun yëpp we are one families, one Gambia, ñun ñu ngi fii nii pour ñëw wax suñ lan moo nekk suñ suñ xel bi. Ñu ngi ñëw fii nii wax lan moo jafe-jafe bu nga xam ne wooy ñun suñ fellow people with disability comme awali mu wax fii nii tey moom dafa lokki man itam Ousmane dama lokki maa ngi fii nii waaye am na ñeneen ñu nga xam ne booy suma brothers ñu nga xam ne booy suma sisters ñu nga xam ne ñu ngi foofu noonu how many times nga dem si Serekunda Maken nga gis fa somebody bu nga xam ne amul wheelchair sax mu ngi crawl. Am na yenn saa sometimes it's very difficult pour nga mun a jàlla because of nit yi. So much that nit boy dañ la déggal ñu romba, So these are the kind of things. Why is it that kooku noonu boy xam nga kooku noonu warata am wheelchair because xam nga wheelchair moo nekk suñ tànka bi. Man tey 4 tànka la am wheelchair boobu noonu moo ma dee mun a yóbbu fale moo ma dee anywhere fu ma dem su ma amutoon wheelchair boobu noonu du ma mun a génn si néeg bi. So loolu dafa over important comme like suma sister bi tam Adama it's the same thing. Adama maa ngi gis sa benn notal bu nga xam ne booy yaa ngi dem si tali bi ni yaa ngi si kaw tali bi. Bi ma gisee ko dama over content because loolu lañ nit tali boobu noonu ñun access tali bi dafa war a def accessible for people with disability.
Exactly.
Yes. Just balaa ñu lifin bo recently maa ngi déglu kii ni Peter Gomez, which I said thank you to him because am na benn time message naa ko fii ma ne ko ma message ko question about disability. So moom si boppam dafa ne moom dafa disabled and moom moo war a start affaire bi sax. So which he was asking Mr. Silla Ibrahima Silla about what are in terms of this road or what support do they have for disabled people where the minister expressed certain things but that is not enough because ñun gis nañ yoon ñu jagar Gambia yoon ni ñu jagar most of the things is not accessible to disabled people. The lolu is something which the xam nga but they are failing us because xam nga yow so why you are a policy maker. And at the same time, yow yaa ngi def policy waaye yow sa policy bi nii boy yaa ngi fàtte ñeneen ni loolu policy boobu is not fair, So I thank Peter Gomez, xam nga to bring in those kind of questions, because this is what we want. Man, ku toog fii nii loolu moo tax xam nga ñun ñu ngi initiate lii nii. It's not like because ñun dañu mun a wax or whatsoever. No, man, when we talk about public speaking, man count me out of it. But the thing is that dama toog fii nii the science, for the past 10 years, ma xam ne boy man suma gaay ni boy duñ dee wax suñu affaire yi. So it's high time ñu wax ko. So da ngaa gis xam nga loolu te media bi is very powerful because media bi léegi moom soo ko waxee rek xam nga sa own corner fi nga dëkk ni the whole aduna bi def ko yéen. Yes.
It's the best communication tool nowadays.
Very good. Yes. Good. Yeah. Okay, Adama. Coming back to biography. Boy, you completed your school. In Germany. Then after completing your schools, do you still have some challenges? And at the moment, what is your current job? Because Lord, that's very important. Because you disabled people want to go to school. When we go to school, we become independent. You am soon ligabi, soon am soon ligabi. Then nga gis nga denga muna am sa own job, nga muna support sa family bi, nga muna support sa papa. Secondly, you are paying tax, to the government, which means you are contributing, also, as a disabled person, because we don't want all the time if you want to dimbaling. Also, we want to participate in a nation building. A nation building is, every individual as long as you are from a country, or you are from a nation, you want to participate. You don't want all the time to be dependent on your nation people to be doing things. So legini yow jang nga fofu non be pare after nga yoka sa janga bini ban jafe-jafe nga am fofu non, and at the same time what are some of the things that you are enjoying, come as a disabled person am nga through sisa janga bini so deme sisa or through sisa liggéey bini so deme sisa liggéey bini ban jafe da nga de am fa jafe-jafe nda everything is okay for you?
To be honest, definitely huma wache, huma on school. I did voluntary 1 year, see residence home, see mera para you they live actually in the rest like nursing home. So I enjoyed it in 1 year after from high school. So from there I started. So in Germany, you have this job center, we call the job center or the agency for job. And what they talk actually, we are like, okay, we actually love it. So they will actually look at the plan, have a plan for you, and then they will help you navigate your so against the university, they will help you do it. So after Huma, I teach because I could not, because I always love science. So science is the reason why, because say you put them on what you're so conditioned actually more there are so many superstitions the grand no more bad and I guess one different you come on and they come up with so many superstitious things. So I guess I'm so passionate about science and I wanted to study medicine at some point. Why after at the end I could not know exactly because I know exactly I wanted to see medical field. So I don't know exactly what, but I know that I wanted to be in a medical sector. So I did studying healthcare assistant, management assistant in healthcare, which means manama specialized in billing. So patients in away from incoming patients, the guys who operate after operation, so you know the last sleeping me. See pyramid, when you the last that the patients will actually produce. You know the bill that I did. I work in the finance management sector.
Yeah.
So tomorrow again, I have no difficulty again, and I have no difficulty. So I have everything. I have a special everything is so perfect the way I want it. So they ask me how do I want it. So I don't, to be honest, and everyone is welcoming, open. I do my job, and I'm actually highly motivated, and then they always motivate me at work. So I don't have that issue to my tongue and say I'm going through struggles here.
Yes, yeah, that's brilliant. Coming our fini is the same thing. Lolu because so you say ngamuna sawa de dem liggéey is because of yangi am lolu yep. They support you. Man, currently I work with Scope. Scope is a charity that supports disabled people and their families in the UK. They've been doing it since 1952. Scope. That charity was formed by 3 parents plus 1 social worker. That's how they form it. Understand? So the is before I start the job, then they assess everything. Even suma togo be nebo lifin fuma de talk ni suma table be suma computer be everything then they access everything. Access. Just in fact the master the league in the UK, this is the best place I am working at the moment because it's very accessible. So you say one be just not even sing be nebo dama am button bunga dama ko press suma ko buge wachani o ma egal ko. Anga loolu da nga gis daf ma dee motivate su ma demee si toilet bi soo gisee toilet bi mun naa tuuri suma wheelchair bi sax understand so fu ma mun a dem rek in fact léegi dama dee speed si plat bi because xam nga the place was so accessible and the culture it was so nice every time then ma dee laajte do you need any adjustment or anything, you know, ma ne leen I'm fine. And one of the most important thing about that place is because they even provided a prayer room for me. Fu ma doon liggéey last time fale yoon du ma doon julli dama doon ñëw su ma ñëwee si kër bi nii ma fay suma julli bi yëpp because aw ma boos even space mun a julli foofu noonu waaye this fan dama bàyyi time si julli si jotee dama bàyyi and in fact juma pour ma wax leen dëgg bi man past 3 years nii juma dew ma juma waaye gis nga suma liggéey bi fii nii ah every juma léegi nii dama dee use use 1 hour ma dem juma maa ngi am benn waaji bu nga xam ne boobu itam def dee drive moom ma pick ñu dem juma which I'm very very happy. You understand? Because these are the kind of things nga xam ne booy foo dee liggéey nga am support boobu noonu nit yi ñu ngi laa yegg te ñun fu ñu nekk fale is a multicultural diversity is very very important for school because ñun we have all people from across the globe. They are very supportive. Man, most of the time, you know, in fact, one of the guys who talks about living is from Hong Kong. But everybody is so supportive. Then they like, do you need this thing? What support do you need? Every time, I'm fine, you know. So I need support, I need support. Even some Togo, so Togo, they need adjustment or they need a special Togo. You know, even computer keyboard, you understand? I live in mouse, if I need a special one, you know, they will provide it for me. Be like, so this is the kind of thing that we are advocating, you know, in the Gambia. Yes, I know. I'm not what people living. Adama, right now, boy. Suma brother, you know, I can even call him my boss. Wow, man, Marco senior amitage. Why man munako was suma boss, suma mentor, suma everything, and suma nasano. Right now, momita duganasi. Yes, come they legini. After you continue Ansumana, I will come back to you. Our regulator, new regulator Ansumana Limo. Ansumana San Momitam, come Lima Wafini, Momitam. We were at Amitage. Then you from there when you touch a Govi School for the Blind, we are both teachers there. Muneka Halebunga Hamne boy Hamba Defma Degal, you know, because we were all distinct. Depending you connect Amitage because Hamba disabled people. So Lego Legi in fourth because Soul and Neck is a community and Neck disorder. So Hanga most of the time you do things together and Neck together because Hanga Dengan all landed because Hanga Denga Hamna for Ansumana do not discriminate. Understand? My time the same day because both of us, you know, we have disability. So we started getting closer in Amitage. You understand? So man Marco senior, but then after when you joge from Amitage, you them college, you know, from there you tase Welingara. Then after you them school for the blind, you know, you neka fofunon. So then I just even when I started this foundation, you know, 2013, Monica the charity coordinator, you know, in the Gambia, you know, so everywhere from Moko Yondi, you know, Azuma, do they like whether it's past or whatsoever, because he's so determined in terms of supporting disabled people, you know, understand? Because Lord, therefore, over important. Because yun, then what at Tahoe, Hamga, Unitam, you want it, we can do this thing. Because Lord, therefore, over because so to get and boy, Hamga Yao, then I'm disability, yo, warlord def dara or nip then la sympathize with Lord about. Why, Bala Wabi again, sorry, Ansumana. Mr. Ansumana Sano, welcome. Yeah. Hello, Ansumana. Hey.
Hello. Welcome.
Ansumana, look like Mungi Fini de why? I know. Ansumana, are you hearing me? Oh, it look like Degunma. Why come Limola Ansumana Sano, but just a brief, you know, about Ansumana Sano currently Mungi Pakistan. You know, he went to do some disability courses, you know, talking about inclusive education, you know, and, you know, helping disabled people in terms of, you know, the braille reading and writing, you know. So, let me say, not all bini, but man could defer from Mama braille machine bini. So, defa jehal defin certificate bini. So, then defa graduate, you know, mungi wara delawat very soon. So, damako bukona isi fini, mombita mga because this is success. I call it disability success. Because we should be proud of, you know, come you achieve as a disabled person, you know. Then I just lol def ñu dimbale ba xam nga ñu wone ko nit ñu nitam mun nañ li because suñ ko wone nit rek ñun mun nañ li nga gis nit itam dañu gëna all because comme li ma dee wax fii nii discrimination bi yëpp moo nekk ba dañu foog na ñun duñ mun a def xam nga duñ mën a def comme ñoom waaw yeah ñun duñ mën a independent ñun dañu dimbal rek so but as long as we are working so hard xam nga ñun itam we getting something nga xam ne loolu def ñu dimbale yeah hello sister Fatou
Exactly. So because if I'm losing, I'm going to have Gambians understand what's the best way we can support you without making you feel looked down. The best thing is not to discriminate. Try as much as you can to make us part of it. Because so hard so to discriminate it means that you want you don't belong here. So it's about inclusion. So you're included with what you're doing and make us feel as normal as we can. Just because of we cannot contribute to society. So to help, the best is not to discriminate and try to tolerate us in the society.
Yes, definitely. I've seen some people like Usman Bande welcome on this platform, and Wuri Jallo also. Thank you so much. And then Mohamed Sisao, yeah, Jongoma Fatu, yeah, that's very, very right. Ansumana, let me try and see if I can get you again. Ansumana, are you hearing us? Can you drop, and so that you send the request again? Because it looked like, we are not hearing what you're saying. I don't know whether it's the network. Yes. Ibrahim Njai, Pasi, yes. And then Mustafa Suso, yeah, Mustafa Suso also, Nakoto Kelem, Bafla Mandekangoro, Mustafa Suso also, when we started, I'm physically disabled, he's a physically disabled person. He's currently in Manchester here. When we are doing this charity here, during every summer, Manak Mum Debdon and Agmum, they don't them from Manchester to Birmingham to London. And he's been very, very supportive. Lego so Bagasa, about disability. He's always, willing, to support Mustafa. Yes, Mustafa, I know that one day, we will also bring you on this platform, and you narrate your stories, because we are here to narrate our stories, to tell people who we are, what we can do and what support we do and need from the people, So yeah, come limala ni hawa Ansumana defa drop hamna munge try di ñëwaat. Wa comme awa comme liñ do wax fini as you said that xam nga ci sa liggéey kaay ni amulo fa ben jafe-jafe atu moom itam dem na waaw man ko xawma network wi hini amna suma gaay ni ñu ngi dem di dem di ñu amna network bi la connection bi la waaye comme lu ñu wax fini ñu ngi leen jërëjëf yéen yëpp we thank you all for comment on this platform this platform we are here, and this is for all of us to be here, to talk about disabilities, talk about issues, that are affecting us, as a disabled person. Sister Fatu, if you want, I could send you, if you want, you can, also, contribute, Sister Fatu, because as you said, this be ñun yëpp la pour ñu mëna advocate yeah no dama ko bëggoon a indi waaye affaire yi nangut li fi look like kii ni awa mu ngi ñëw itam yeah ngeen baalal ñu de xam nga interconnection yi ni internet yi ni léegi yeah welcome Adam Awa yes yes I know affaire yi ni mu ngi dem di video mu ngi dem di ñëw mu ngi dem di ñëw waaye okay léegi wax neen sa life history in the Gambia wax neen sa jànga bi ni jaar ni den ñëw neen be sa liggéey kaay ni si Germany understand so now léegi ni when we talk about li nga dee wax fini about the number of people with disability in the Gambia now what can we do ñun lan leen war a def ñun as disabled society or disabled organization, what can we do so that the government will be able to find out how many people do the statistic which that how many disabled people, because we have some NGOs in the Gambia, you understand, because like one of the NGO in the Gambia, Monica, do they definitely survey about election. Maybe we could contact those people because they are NGOs. Maybe we could contact them, we could write to them, well, ñun de Gambia mom, ba léegi ni gisuñ any statistic bu dee wone ba xam nga disabled people nii la whether nangam la or whatsoever, because it's very, very important, because for government to be able to do policies properly pour ñu mun a lifino dañu war a xam ne ñaata disabled people ñoo nekk si dëkk bi, because suñu xamul ñaata disabled people ñoo, for example, if they know there are about maybe 1,000 people who are wheelchair users, boobu def leen gën a encourage xam ne boy that Well, we have lots of people who are, using wheelchairs. Then we have to, make sure that all buildings are accessible. Yeah, I understand. So what can we do? What can we do? We have the government be taking you so that this survey, is conducted, for or the statistic, we have the guidance so that how many disabled people do we have in the Gambia?
I think the best way is because we need amnesty organization. We need most of us we need amnesty organization to make a motivate and then you allocate together to make sure that it happens. Because normally government is not more of tools, more interest in knowing it. Because government right and super and human and different. I mean the government is actually making everything easy for them. So to be honest, it is their job. Our job is to get together and then push the government who actually have interest and try to conduct a survey. So this is something we have.
Yes, I think Lord that's very important because I'm man always demand one that new disabled people, especially disabled organizations, there are certain things you fight. In fact, sometimes it's not about fight because if the disabled organizations are so dormant, you not be so we want everything guy near definitely so you develop. So it's always difficult. So it's better we try and write to the government, we try to bring these policies remind the government, the politicians policies about disability issue because Lord therefore important because for me, come lima wa fini. I've been saying, since this political, since 2016, 2017 Gambia, every day people go, they talk about politics, from different areas, different angles. You understand? But I'm not seeing that the disabled organizations are doing that. You understand? Because most of these politicians, them see other places, they request. They been or money, them a system platform. Why is it that our fellow people with disability, why is it that disabled organizations, even things like GFD, Gambia Federation for the Disabled People, they are not doing this thing because because the umbrella of all organizations, the umbrella body of all organizations, what a job. Put this question to the government, to the politician. Hopefully, the government or the politician, then you respect then you make sure that they work.
Yeah, and then to do the job that is actually one of the best is that we get together. We make sure that doesn't mean that we have to go and protest for our rights to be actually heard. Then we have to go out go out actually and then protest against it for it actually.
Okay, Ansumana muna defa reset why this one notification I had ma try ko sida ma set that dana ko Ansumana yeah mu ngi ni wa legi ni okay man ko invite mu ngi add ni yes comme li ñu war fini affaire yi non la I think ñun dañu war a lifin because man suma boppa anyway Ansumana I don't know whether still he's part of the GFD why he was I don't know a member or whatsoever. So then I call like you said Nakala, but boy, so that you have these people their number. Nothing,
Exactly. And Jangama Binana Mune, do you think more people with disabilities should take part in politics and national discussion to help bring real change? Obviously. Yes. So what is in parliament? We come over a person with disability who is actually fighting for us. That is not. It's because of government make that access, that access to come in. Even if we fight, because obviously it's about the government at the end. You know what the support in putting us because so when it comes to governance and politics, when it comes to politics, then person with disability can move on it. So without the government actually making it a fundamental human rights and making it fair for all of us, then it is the government the government actually responsibility to make sure it happens. You know to fight and to be heard about to talk about our rights and to make sure that they heard us. And then you have people like how do you think about the parliament laws have been actually brought there and then just got to be equivalent. And you have to imagine then the person with disability movement. Then it's because no one is interested. The government is not interested. So Lohamantine survey been recorded since 1998 and 2025 it means that there's nothing more going. Like the government has zero interest when it comes to the development and helping helping persons with disability. Because segregation and stigma, you get discriminated. That's what happening. Even if the government is actually discriminated. So if you expect, if the government itself is discriminated, you all expect the people, the society, you know, your society only is relevant to you. It does because change, you see, it starts with up. So change was to call from the beginning. So what do you expect the lower people to do?
Yeah, well, Lord Degala, yeah, definitely. Lord Degala, are you hearing me? Hello?
Hello. Hi, Yamari.
Lord, man, some guy, Mr. South Swing boss, with a Mugetra. Why I don't know what is happening. I'm some man, Mugetra. Why I don't know what is happening. If you can, guys, send me the request again because I was trying to add you, you know, and I couldn't see it, you know. Yes. Jara Jofidam Tukulor si Momitam, you know, is very supportive. Tukulor si Mune Jongoma Fatu, Halifa Salah did a lot for the disabled people when he was at social welfare. Lord Yep Degal and India Pamnenko definitely Halifa did very good things, you know, for disabled people. So Komlimu Wafini. Lola, man, Usman, maybe one day, you know, man, I want to become a politician because Komlimu Wafini, you know what I do, Wahal. Because it look like people are ignoring us. You understand? So ñun suñ fa duggé understand lolu dafa dimbalé ñu yépp da nga gis ñun ñoo xam ban jafé li ñu am because lolu dafa important because tay man ma xam ne boy when I wake up in the morning, you know, what are some of the struggles, you know, what are some of the difficulties I am going to face, you know, when I wake up in the morning. So I will be the best person pour mu wara gëna falé mu dem waxal nit yi man li la dé lifin li la dé problem la de am or whatsoever. So Lord therefore important. Yeah, Khalifa, man la try ni why okay, harama try, you know, my invite later. Yeah, man ko add momita ansuma later. Temo how my internet bini how nakala. Ansuma ana ansuma.
Hello, Os.
Hey, Khalifa.
Yeah, you okay?
Nko mbe fine ni boya internet ko boy.
Yes.
Khalifa, mbe ansuma na kom ka boy last time na bi na ansuma na ning Gambian lady do member Jamaica ka fay Adama Hawa Kamara. Adama is a physically disabled person, you know.
Hello, so Adam.
Yeah. Hello, Adam.
Adam Nakam, you okay?
I'm fine. Okay. Welcome.
That's good. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, I came in late. I'm just trying to listen to some of the points that you are raising.
Yes.
And hopefully I will join in the conversation. But I don't get to know what you are up to for now.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Basically, Khalifa, you know, that today we just talking about experience, you know. I brought Adama here, you know, to talk about, you know, some of the challenges, you know, she faced as a disabled person, you know, in the Gambia, and she came to Germany. What are some of the difficulties, you know? So where she talk about like when she was in the Gambia, you know, she got some challenges, you know, especially in terms of transportation, some of the discrimination that she normally, you know, get, you know, in the public, and she also narrated, you know, like some of the things, you know, that she get in Germany, the support, you know, that she get in Germany, which is far different from the one in the Gambia. And where also we talk about some of the policies, because we say that, you know, if you see people like in Europe, you know, disabled people are respected is because of we have, you know, good policies, because these are the policies, you know, that guide us. And we also talk about like currently, you know, the disability bill, which is there, is being signed, but there is no implementation. So where she talk about different aspects, you know, at the moment currently she's working, you know, in the healthcare, you know, sectors, you know, how accessible that place is, how, you know, support she got, you know, from there, but the government, where both her and I, we also talk about some of the support. Like for me, I got a taxi now. A taxi takes me to work and bring me, you know, so I don't have any difficulty in terms of travel, because that is very important. If you don't have, you know, access to your work, it's going to be difficult for you to work. So generally, we just talking about some of the issues that she's facing, you know, and just to relate them, Gambia and Europe. And also Ansumana Sano also, you know, because he finished a certificate, you know, course, you know, in Pakistan, you know, about inclusions, education, you know. So I just want him to come and, you know, talk to us about, you know, his studies and his certificate. And it's more like we are celebrating, you know, as a disabled community, you know, but I call it a disability success, you know. So basically that's what we are talking about. So like, as you say, if you listen, you know, if you want to contribute anything, Khalifa, you are welcome.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Ansumana, we're listening to you now.
Yes, Ansumana. Hey, malo atata minto.
Britam Bankolong, Yalo,
Yes, go. This is second time another. Yes, Khalifa Tukuloko, that's my Kunjul brother on the panel.
I know.
Yes, hi, Lamin Siliti Jame. Thank you so much, you know. Thank you. Yes, Ansumana. Oh, Malo Ansumana.
Ansumana, maybe you muted your microphone. That's why. In a microphone of Bomuitri.
Yeah.
Unko bolong konon kaya bula boy.
I know, yeah. I told bolong konon told money internet or no long. Yes.
Unko ila microphone mute the boy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Khalifa, while we are waiting for us, this Ansumana, just whatever you want to talk about, you know, towards this disability course, you know, you are welcome.
Okay, yeah, even so because y'all don't get open dollar. So at the moment, I feel like customer so like I say, I'll be in and out. So
Yeah, that's
I'll just come in, yeah.
Okay, no problem. Ansumana, okay, my Ansumana, mol buke moide. Definitely, malam boy, ila mic is on, you know, mol buke moy. Anyway, Ansumana, you can send again, you know, you can send again na jube for ebe dunna, yeah, yeah. Hello, okay, Awa.
Yeah, man.
Yes, Awa. Yes, you can try Ansumana. Why Ansumana? It look like I'm going to have technical issues, you know. I don't know why. I think, man, I'm so proud, you know. I'm seeing lots of people, you know, you get your CC platform, because
the comments, really, I mean, you're beautiful. I love the comments because like actually, this disability is not the fight of people with disability themselves, you know, but it's a fight for everyone, you know. Because it's in the Western world. When we talk about accessibility, you know, it's not only people with disability. We live in a modern world, but people are living longer. You see some women, some people who are living up to their 90s and 100s, it happens. But then at some certain age, if you need accessible buildings all over, you know, so you need to pave the path of once, because everyone so at some certain age, I have to use or to walk. So we are paving the path for everyone, you know. So my motivation behind Lumanigri to motivate and gain and do about people. My motivation behind it is I want my could you take with a disability with it doesn't matter what kind of disability, you know. Could you take a 5-year-old take a 6-year-old in a society then go accept. A society do wanna feel bad because of what mom he or she's a person with disability. I want him or her to grow up knowing that despite her condition, everyone is behind. No one is limiting her for where he or she wants to go to. You know? So this is my motivation because I am 39 years old right now. So I have accomplished many things. So I want my younger me to know that she's loved and she's actually being incorporated for her to, or for him to grow up in society. He or she will not go through discrimination, will not be limited for being born different. You know, in other way, she's going to be actually more motivated, more embraced, and her rights are not going to be violated at any other point. That's my motivation behind everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because discrimination is one of the worst thing, you know. so yow soo amee disability because nit su la discriminate is more like kooku def la rey yow what if soo buggee def dara sax waaye doo ko mun a def because ñun ñëpp gis neen ko. There are a lot of names, I could remember, sometimes, in the cabinet, Ki Lafanya, this, that, those kind of names, then I just, sometimes I need, definitely just like understand, just use any word on you. Lolo yow soo ko déggee sax léegi sax nga danga dee bugg a rey sa bopp sax te loolu baaxut because man Ousmane Jallow look yes mënuma dox understand why I don't think is there anything yow mun nga def man mënuma ko def why is it that man ko mun a def is because fu ma dëkk fii nii léegi nii kenn du ma dee discriminate soo ma supportu understand danga romba waaye doo ma discriminate te loolu dafa over important te ñun suñ dëkk bi loolu moo nekk problème because ba léegi nii ñu ngi gis people ñu nga xam ne they are educated ba léegi ñoom ñu ngi discriminate
no, people have, when it comes to the mentality of a person with disability, disabled is all visible. So disability is part of a person with disability. Obviously, first of all, before being a person with disability, I am a woman. So my disability is part of me, but it actually doesn't empower me. It actually doesn't, it's part of me. It doesn't define me. So most like the moment if a person is the whole life is disabled. That's what they say. And that mentality wouldn't want to change. Disability itself is part of disability. It's part of us, but it does not define us. Because so like you're disabled or he is disabled, you actually have a limit in a way. You have to think about that person is disabled, which is actually the wrong mentality to think. It's the wrong thing to say.
Yes, Lord, linga of degala because come le mare wa fini mane can do them gender disability from the Marseille. You understand? Hello, Ansumana.
Ansumana, mungi live
Ansumana. Hey, nyim abada birka mabade. Mana wa birka mabala. Be legi dugun Ansumana. I don't know what is the issue with your connection or your mobile. Are you hearing us? Yeah, hello, guys. Welcome to all the people who are watching. I'm seeing Lamin Tamba. Thank you so much. I'm also seeing Ramata Bayo. Thank you so much. Modu Lamin Manga. Thank you so much. Jack Stinjai. Thank you so much. We are here today to talk about disability issues. To talk about ourselves. We talk about ourselves for people to understand us, as disabled, as a disabled person. So that's why we are on. Anybody who wants to contribute regarding to disability, you're highly welcome. You can send me a request or you can comment. And we really appreciate all your support. Yes. Jongo Mafadu said, if you had the chance to speak directly to the president or a minister, what would you ask him for? What would you ask him for? Hello, how are you? While Lola Legini key dafa like question mini Legini our mobile and got to go. If you had the chance to speak to the President of the Republic of the Gambia or a minister, what would you ask him for?
A lot. More respect the rights of persons with disability. More interest in helping persons with disabilities. Mohammed, there are laws and true laws. Yes, a while ago. It's like human rights, girls' rights, men's rights, because of the while ago. So to push them to know that we exist. When you actually sideline, when it comes to decision making or even participate in your own country, let the person know that we matter and we are equal as any other person in the country. We have the right to speak, the right to be voted and right to vote, and the right to have the right that will help us to live a life of life boo xamante ne but environment boo xamante ne it will be disability friendly for everyone.
Well, I think Fatu Jongoma must have heard you what you are saying. Man, for me, if I'm to ask, any minister, first is access. I want every building in the Gambia to have access. It doesn't mean only government building, even some of these enterprises, business enterprise, and even our homes. I want every Gambian who is building a house to think about access for a disabled person. Man, that is the question I have. And that is the only question for now I will be asking the president or any minister or any politician in the Gambia. Access is the fundamental things for me. If I have access, I will go get in there. But if I don't have access, I cannot get in there. I cannot get what I want. Because for me to be independent is about access. Because if I want to go to school, I don't have access to going to school, to go to that classroom, which means that I won't be able to do my education. So access is very, very important. Me, Usman Jallo, I'll be asking Mr. Adama Barrow. I want every public building, every home, every business or government building to be having access. Yes. Thank you so much, Lamit Slete, and we also have Fatimata Fati. It's giving us a lot of love. Ansumana, no, I didn't mute you because so you are not this thing mute by me, no. So I don't know what is the problem with your connection. Maybe try and try and reconnect maybe your internet or whatsoever you see, for Dunola. Yes. Basically, hey guys, nga fo mande kakango to boy ano mande kango mansana bio be janne comme dalta ka ke nyame every sibito anin dimaso ntol be nala janne sibito o dimaso binala jan nga diamu lanjuto la ko katung lanjuto la ko ntol be londe Gambia mo jamal buka diamu lanjuto la ko ando tol lanjuto ntemu lanjuto leti always nga overemphasize ntemu lanjuto leti ndebe sirim puso kono so fente je meala ko mba mabola wo tambitale sa wo jamano tambitale because nyinga mabo doron ate betalante katu mo jamal beje e ben discriminate la nyaaje mo ka fu ha kari ala singo kuntutale o ala singo buka tamono tenning wotu mba mabo kala bari nyimma mabo nyinga nyitale hey nyinga na singo nyi lapita sa na singo sa itandila. And I could remember, a few years ago when I moved from Birmingham to Manchester, and we have what we call here a bus pass, a bus pass where they give it for disabled people where you travel freely. So when I went for them to assess me to the bus company, this person told me that, for us to, to know, we need to assess you. We need to contact your GP. And I know that if they contacted my GP, it's going to take maybe 2-3 weeks. So which means that I'm going to be without a bus pass. You know what I did? I just removed, I rolled my trouser. I removed my shoes and I put all my legs on the table. I tell them that. And that lady told me that, oh, no, don't worry. He said that next week you're going to get it. So that's what I did, and it's within 7 days, I got my bus pass, So that's to say that that's this thing to tell people that look, I'm not ashamed of showing people my disability. No, that time has gone. I'm happy. Even if you want to see my leg, you are welcome. Yeah, if you are welcome. Because it's good for me to show you my disability, to tell you my disability. At least then you will not be able to discriminate me. Then you will be able to support me if I need the support. Because that is very, very important. So Lulu, wo nkamolbe dali Gambia. Gambianol. Ntolbe alon na Gambian muntola brothers and sisters, Definitely Gambianol. Ika nyo Michael and ika balafasoto. Tenga wolone. Gambianol ya balafasoto. But lafita be alsina ikaji alsi mutu mako albe mako na nyado wala mutu la kango alsa jamfandi. Yeah, okay, yes. I'm going to try also Ansumana. I didn't have it, but I'm going to also try Assis V. Assis V also is a visually impaired person, he lives in Europe. Hello, Abdou Jallo. I'm trying to connect him, but yeah. Our comme li ma doon wax fii nii rek man de kam wala moo nekk ñun amuñ ragal amuñ ruus di nëbba suñ disability bi. Yes, su nekkee ba xam nga yow mun loo dox waxal nit yi wanal nit yi mun loo dox loo ko nëbbu because soo ko nëbbee maybe ba yaa ngi encourage kooku noonu mu mun a laa discriminer mun a laa wax yeneen words si ni because am na yeneen words si ni am na yeneen words lu ñu dee wax si Gambia nii loolu soo ko déggee sax yow da nga dee bugga da nga dee fànn boy man bugguma dëkk si dëkk bi ni because words yooyu noonu xam nga suñ ko waxee rek yow def la tee lifi hello Abu
Hello, Mr. Jallo.
Oh yes, Spicy. Sorry, Sister Spicy.
Aziz VI.
Aziz VI. That is Aziz VI. That's Aziz for visually impaired.
Welcome, Aziz.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sister. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, Aziz. We wanted to have Ansumana Sano, but unfortunately, his network. I don't know what is happening. We couldn't connect him. So, Aziz, can you tell us who is VI?
Aziz VI is a simple human being, and a musician and a visually impaired person. I lost my sight through a football accident, but that doesn't stop me from what I wanted to be, being a visually impaired person. And right now I'm doing music, and then my music is to advocate for the right of the visually impaired people and the differently able people.
Right.
So this is what I do.
Yeah, right. Aziz V, thank you so much, for giving that sort this brief introduction. Aziz V, I would like you, to tell us some of the difficulties you have when you are in the Gambia.
Oh, that one is a big bunch of problems. I'm telling you. Let me tell you one thing. Being a visual impaired person in Gambia is just like I don't even know how to say it, because sometimes you have people who have understanding, and then you have people who don't have it. And then the people, I don't also blame them, because it's lack of sensitization.
Exactly.
You understand? Because some of these drivers, they need to be educated, and some of these municipalities also, they need to be educated when it comes to the person with disability.
Definitely.
You understand? Because when I was in the Gambia, sometimes you will see people making their trucks in the street, and then as a visual impaired person, you are not seen holding your white cane. You don't lift your cane up. Those big trucks, you just come, enter, and then harm yourself. You only have sorry.
Right.
That's the only pay you will have. Sorry, after you destroy all your head or you wound yourself. Or also municipalities, they will dig holes where they're making their gutters on all those stuff. As a blind person, you don't see them. You come with your white cane and you enter in that hole. You come with you spoil all your legs and hands.
Yeah, that's right.
It's quite disheartening to hear, to be honest. I mean, we can all relate to that. We all have we can all relate to that, to be honest. This is a thing that I think it's high time that we all, come together, work together, and make a difference.
Definitely.
It's the high time.
Yeah. That's it's so touching. Aziz V, I know that because Aziz was one of my students at School for the Blind.
That's true.
So I know all what he's talking about. It used to be very, very difficult. You have your white cane. There are cars, you have your white cane. There are cars which they park them on the wrong place. So this is the problem. That we have in the Gambia. Because the thing is that people knows what they are doing. Like we don't have the policies. It's gonna be zero, because policies are very important. These policies, they are the ones that are going to guide us. So Aziz V, you're from the Gambia, you come to German. Now, can you relate? Because you've said some of the difficulties you are having in the Gambia. Can you tell us what are some of the things which that you are having that motivate you, that makes you who you are, that makes you go out to become independent in the Gambia?
From me, to tell you that you know me personally. From I lost my sight, I never give up of my life.
Right.
You understand? I just keep doing what I'm doing because I know as a visual impaired person in the Gambia, it's very difficult. Even when I wanted to approach people for my missions, all what they're thinking is you are begging them, they're giving you coins. I'm Yala Johla. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I passed through all those type of difficulties in Gambia because people tend to think that when you become a different able person, the only thing that you can do is be in the street
It's the
begging.
best. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Because they don't know that we are also part of the community. We can participate in community more than even the
100%.
sighted people or the able, so-called able people that they are talking about. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So the thing is, me, if I am to count my difficulties here, it will not be easy because of being a musician there. I passed through a lot because of being a musician. Sometimes to play even music before I even step on a stage, they will start saying "Abukeje, today is nakalamu munaway, ndadina munaway," and all. I passed all those things because of that. That makes my music even not to go further because of I was fighting two battles. One battle is to sensitize the people about disability. One part is to show the to get the fans on behalf of my music.
Right.
Okay, yeah, Adama yaa ngi dégg lii de am nga story am bi xam naa ko bu baax, you know, spy ki Aziz bi ba léegi man dama
No,
dee
dafa nekk loo xamante ne loolu actually ba pare moom mu ngi use pour mu motivate, to raise awareness, pour mu advocate, and then at the end, you see, that's to come la waxal. The problem is that the awareness is lacking. You know, the awareness, the acceptance of tolerance, more nekk di lack of society. I think it's a high time. We just have to fight more for actually for awareness, to let the public aware about our life, about the from others look aware. We are part of the community. We are part of the society. We are equal like any other person. Just because we are born different. It could be someone with visually impaired, physically challenged. Even a mental ill person has the same rights as any other person.
Exactly.
Our rights are special because we have special needs. That doesn't mean
exactly.
that doesn't mean that our rights is violated. That doesn't mean that we cannot contribute in society. It's actually the opposite, you know?
Yeah, I think that's very, as you say, you know, it's very right. Adama, all what you are talking about here, is
Mr. Jallo, let me tell you one thing. Me, when I'm talking, I'm not talking about on one side. But when I see the people in that country and then the construction and the buildings that they are building, they are not considering people with wheelchair, and they are not doing anything that is considering when it comes to person with disability.
See, that's the same issue. So
I go to radio stations. When I enter radio stations, I always ask them, how come here is always like this? There's no ramp whereby my colleagues or my fellow differently able can enter. Sometimes they make it like a joke, but me, I'm not joking because I have a mission.
That's it. Yeah, definitely. Aziz V, what you are saying is right. Aziz V, now you are in Germany, you are doing music, and at the same time, are you in Germany? In fact, I'm saying Germany. Are you in Germany, Aziz V?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's it. Okay, you are doing music, Now,
yes.
What support do you get, from the Gambia? Because it's very, very important. Because before,
when it comes to music, I have support from Gambians by motivating me of what I am doing, by supporting the music. Some of the conscious people, when I do my music, they are always there telling me, just keep doing what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Because they said, bula nit rahasale sa gannaaw bul nango tok te rahasuloo sa biir.
Lol degala, yes. Aziz V, léegi nii yow yaa ngi si music bi nii Aziz, now we're talking about this. Yo, léegi nii when we talk about policies in the Gambia, I'm got policies because policies more de isi loi bi nii.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm got policies yooyu ñu wax about dañ ko tell us about disabled people in the Gambia. gisee policies yoo noonu because xam nga there is a bill that what they call Passing with Disability of 2021. Xam nga gisee is that policy effective or not?
It's not. They are not. They just are not even policies. Let me tell you one thing. Though you cannot take things and fabricate things, only little fabrication, and then you call it a policy. A policy should include the people that you are talking about.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the
You understand?
point.
Do toga malo, ngane mane wa toga na malo, harama lekal lako.
Yeah.
You understand? Before nga toga malo pur malega,
They are not implemented. The policies are not implemented. They are not implementing it. No money ka problem.
So this is the problem because you don't want to togal and be parengana wa togal na and why ma kolega.
Yeah.
You understand? Policy without a meaning is zero.
It's zero. Exactly.
Yeah. Lola lengende wa definitely lolo dikala because ñun so gisee in fact ñun yeb ñu ngi wax fii nii it's because dañ bëgg xam nga policies yooyu na because yow fu nga dëkka man fu ma dëkka the policies are working here. They respect disabled people, whatever they need, they even encourage you to go to work. They even support you. They encourage you to become independent because they want you to be independent. Because if you are independent, you can do things for yourself. And as I always say, you can also participate in nation building. And I think that is very, very important.
And even Usman, you pay tax. If you encourage me from the right age to have the best, to have all the support I need from the right time, because we are born with it. Exactly, because we have it from birth. So obviously, from having it, to have the right tools, the right time, you and then you develop. Just like the Western world is doing, they invest so much on you.
Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Jallo. Adama.
And at the end, it's actually not contributing.
Let me tell you one thing. Holland in Gambia, ban institution whereby a person with wheelchair can learn a skill or whereby a blind person can do.
That's the problem. Exactly.
Even if you have them, they don't motivate people to go and buy those things, or they don't motivate people to go and help those people.
Just tailored for persons with disability.
We all cannot be in offices. We all cannot be teachers. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. One example, let's say I live in Germany right now, right? So what the government does, not all of us can work in government. Right? So what the government, the law that comes there is called in German, it's called Chancellorrecht. It means the law of equality. For example, if I have the same qualification and the person without disability have the same qualification, it means
definitely.
It means I'm the one who's going to be actually offered the job than the person because of that law, the equality law, And anytime, for example, it depends on how big the company is. Company it's a must and it's part of the disability.
They motivate you.
They have to. They have to actually.
But let me tell you one thing. Even government will not discriminate one.
Wow. Yes. Hamna yen tanga, spicy. And then Adam Hamna yen tanga. Mafumane kan isa, I don't know. Just nagala de feel more like Hamga because I'm so happy that Hamga niti come in Hamga the one so you been amut I ragal amut I rus to lol for the man so able brothers and able sisters they are doing very nice comment. I think the failure that we have is the lack of system change in our country. Our brothers and sisters with disabilities could do much for the Gambia. We had the right support and resources from childhood, the Lord Degala, because Samga. So I mean, support the right resources, the right coming the
Mane.
Yes.
Mr. Jallo, system you change those are the angle lumala come like that. Nigel nit dute ko su place. Ñu ne la nanal direct ñeneen ñi.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Man, Khalifa mu ngi lifin xam naa lii moom ba léegi ne ñu ngi mu ne can someone can everyone who is not talking mute, yeah, loolu la loolu la waaw loolu xaaral ma try kii nii am nga lii moom man am new to it, yes. Okay, léegi nii spices xaaral ñu lifin Adama.
Yeah, Usman, man la de wa.
Waaw loolu la léegi nii if anything you have xam nga mu nga xam ne mun ngaa ko wax, so da ngaa gis loolu dafa lifin boy, whatever you want to add, towards what we are talking about, because as I say, this is something new. ñun yëpp ñu ngi try ni xam nga learn something. Man suma bopp sax, I don't have much experience. Dama jóg rek ma ñëw start fii nii di wax, you understand, but sometimes maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but the most important thing is people. We all come together, we start doing this thing every weekend. Everyone is invited every weekend. If you have any topic, to talk about, every weekend, I'm got suma number, I'm not number and suma number, suma brother itam Khalifa Saw itam boy, kuneka Bristol itam the same thing. So anybody why I'm gonna discuss every weekend. Lolo dafa important. So mange try mune can you pick?
No, also, I think Auntie Tukulo will want to join her, and then somebody will join Nefi.
Wow, mange try.
Okay.
Auntie Tukulo, I'm but living now fini, but why after affair defa decline. So Nafi itam the same thing, manko add me. So I don't know what is the problem. Come limawa fini. I think we need to ask some guy. Them all like anybody who.
No, you have to share the life, Mr. Jallo.
Wa lola. Anybody who is very good in this thing, hamga. Munga ñu dimbale.
They can request also.
Yes. They send me a request, but if I'm trying, if I just I'm not request legini. Tukulor si. Mune accept why.
Yes, scroll and accept.
Why living about because accept enable is not highlighted, So lol mone qualify. Just lo ansumana the same thing. So I don't know what is the problem. Sister Tukulor, can you send it again? Yeah.
Let them leave the life and come back again, and then they will have to request. I think that works. Can anyone again, and don't do that because
yeah.
Mr. Jallo is a good initiative. Lolo start ni yalla rek mo la mëna fay because nit ñi fokk ñu waxtaan ak gaay.
Okay, antu hara ma try Tukulor si ma set. Man ko try di ko add ma set. Khalifa, I'm trying to pick it, but it's low. Oh, sorry, we're having technical issues, I'm not very good with these things. Yeah.
I think Usman, next week we have to try to schedule it and
Yes.
then invite those who wants to join in advance.
Yes, because I think you can only have 2 guests. Okay, Muna.
Okay, man mun na wacha keneen mu ñew.
No, masa muna watch it because okay, then kene mo duga. It's
Abdu Wachal neighbor, then after you said living there. Anga Adama Muna, maybe you have question to ask, Adama by Abdu Wachal accept somebody, then Khalifa su deme itam boy after Munyo. Okay, Haral Muna am lola, yes. Abdu.
My boy again, harama again ade.
Okay, Genal, ma try. Okay. The guest cancel. Okay, Haral, ma try. Tukulor, ma said. Oh, that more indicate ni mune is adding, munge add. So. Wow. Oh, it's taking ages,
Decline ko nga dunga mo hire.
Munge one fini be legi ni sikaw adding, so I don't know what is the problem. Say I accept, but it didn't come on camera. So Lola, mule dafa accept why it didn't come on camera because it's still now indicating here is adding. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no answer from a live video, you know. I don't know what is the problem. Adama try them. Okay, Adama munga lifin, munga drop off, you know, then after my send munga lifin. So after then I'll lifin, then I'll add it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, guys, I don't know what is the problem, you know. So I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Kalipala matry la maset na mungal because suma accept, you know, or invite like if they want to add in. Yeah, I think there is some issues because at the moment, you know, there is no guest, you know, live. So I'm trying to add, you know, Khalifa Saho, but it's just showing adding. Oh. Anyway, Adama, munga try nga nyewat nga set because nini manglen add, you know, but it's not doing it. I don't know what is the problem. I'm very sorry, guys. Arama gena ma nyewat ma set.